Hi, Professor. We are Group 7. Our project is RPA solution for goods received boat. Our group members include Di Ruijun, Eric, Jeremiah, and Li Chenxi. The finance department faced inefficiency in manual processing delivery orders. The process include manually download and checking DO, matching with purchase order PO, and then handling discrepancies. The process was time-consuming and prone to errors, increasing the workload of staffs. Our project aimed to automate the receipt and logging of DO, the matching with PO, and the exception handling through human-in-the-loop. The RPA solution covered the entire workflow from document reception to final verification, and is expected to automate over 80% of the works, with significant cost saving, increased accuracy, and faster processing times. This is the initial flowchart of the process. Staffs in financial department need to check the completeness and the correctness of the deal manually, and compare the key information in DO and PO one by one, which may take about 20 minutes. After the application of the boat, the process was much simplified. As the updated flowchart shows, the boat will take the works of checking and comparing, while human work is only needed when inconsistency occurs. Based on this, our project was divided into 3 parts: DO extraction, PO matching, and key information comparison.
So next, before proceeding to explaining the entire workflow of the bot itself, I will take some time to explain a certain problem or issue that we face initially. And this problem is actually about the restriction access to the Ariba system due to data confidentiality in the NTU finance team site. Hence, this means that we cannot make the bot operates in the Ariba system itself. Hence, in this case, we need to find a way to solve it. Basically, way to find an alternative to Ariba to demo the retrieval process of the PO information itself. So in this case, we came up with the following solution. First is to use a Microsoft form to key in the PO information, and the output will be a sync data or Excel sheet, which will be used to extract specific PO information based on the requirement. So in this case, the sync Excel sheet will be used to simulate the process of going to the Ariba system and then retrieving the required or relevant PO information. Hence, moving forward, I think it is important to understand that the bot implementation will be more of a proof of concept rather than a complete real implementation. In order to implement it in real life, further configurations are needed to be done. So next, I will explain the entire workflow of the process itself. Here, I divided into 2 main categories. First is the manual, and second is automated or bot. So technically speaking, the automation process started in this second step over here. But in the overall process, the very first thing that we did is to input PO data to Microsoft Form as previously mentioned. And in this case, the output is a PO data Excel sheet. Moving forward to the second step, which is to extract the DO information. Here we use document understanding to extract information from a list of DO PDF. And the output are 2. First is a DO Excel sheet, and second is a DO data table. In this case, we also decided to write the output to a DO Excel because it facilitates easier cross-checking later on. Moving forward to the third step, which is to retrieve relevant PO information. So in this case, for each row in the DO data table, that is basically the output of the second step over here, we will search for the corresponding PO information from the PO Excel sheet. In this case, the PO Excel sheet is the ones in the result of the first step over here. Hence, the output is going to be a PO data table. Fourth and lastly is a comparison rules and decision, where the bot will use predefined rules to compare the PO and DO information. And the output is basically a decision. If the data matches, then we accept the DO and also close the PO. If the data doesn't match, then the bot will automatically send an email to relevant parties and stakeholders, which in this case is going to be the NTU finance team. So next, I will discuss in more detail regarding the retrieval of information from the PO Excel. And later on, my colleague will also explain in more detail regarding the document understanding and also the comparison rules. So for the PO data input and retrieval over here, I take a screenshot, an example of the sync Excel sheet as a result of the inputting of PO data into the Microsoft form. And the following is a retrieval process in UiPath. The first step is to assign a DO reference number to a variable called search for number. The second step is to build a data table called DTPO to store the PO information later on. The third step is to operate inside the Excel process scope and use the filter Excel activity to filter this specific Excel based on the search for number variable that we defined in the first step. The fourth step is to use the for each row activity in the filtered Excel to assign each relevant information to a unique variable name. And the fifth and last step is to use the add data row activity to append the new row to DTPO data table. So here I show an example of a DTPO output where we wanted to retrieve information for this specific PO number over here. Here, I think it is important to note that the number of rows in the DTPO data table is not limited to only one row. Instead, next, my colleague will explain in more details regarding the document understanding part.
Hi everyone, I'm Chen Xi. I'll discuss the data extraction and the preparation stage of our project. This stage is crucial for ensuring the accurate data matching and the processing. In our project, we use the document understanding capabilities to extract the key information from the delivery orders, the DOs. The process involves several specific activities. We start by using the for each activities to note the PO PDF files. Next, we use the digitalized document activities. This step is crucial as it converts the DO, the delivery orders, into a machine-readable format using the OCR technology. The OCR engine scans the document and extracts the text from it, making it accessible for further processing. The classified document scope activities is used to identify the type of the document. Also, we are primarily working with the delivery orders. This stage ensuring that the document is correctly recognized and categorized before extraction. The classification is important for workflow that might handle multiple document type in the future, like the JPG format, the Word format. So we then use the data extraction scope activities to extract the relevant information from the delivery orders. This is a crucial step. The activity form extractors employs our predefined templates to identify the extract the key fields. As the left picture shows, this is our template. The specific fields we extract includes the purchase order number. It is the reference number which is used to identify the associated purchase order, and the delivery date, the date when the goods are delivered, and the delivery address, which is where the goods are delivered. And for the item information, we use a separate table to store it. It includes the item description and also the part number if it is available. So the extraction models are trained and recognize these fields accurately, even if they are appearing in different formats or locations with the document. Because of our grid format, it can also recognize it accurately. The final step of the DO information extraction is storing extracted data. There are two tables we use to store the DO information. The first one is the delivery order and the basic information like the reference number, the date, the address. And the second one is used to store the item related information. It includes the item description and the unique part number. So we combine these two tables into our master table, and we generate a DO output Excel file to show it. Let's look at it. So if the extraction results were shown as below picture, we combine the DO table with the DO item table to get the master table. So in the master table below, there may be multiple rows for one delivery order because of this delivery order may have multiple items to delivery. So for following step, we will use this multiple rows, the master table, to iterate the rows one by one and do the comparison job with the purchase order.
Good afternoon, Professor. And today I would like to explain to you about the comparison rule that we use in this RPA automation. First, after we extract the data for the DO data table, we are going to extract the data from the PO data table, and then we use filter to match the items we are going to compare. First, we are going to filter based on the PO number. And next, we are going, if the PO number is if the result is more than 0, then we continue to the second filter, which is the highest similarity score. I use the string similarity activity from the external package to do it. And we update the highest similarity score when the similarity score for the next one is higher. And after that, if the highest similarity score is more than 0.8, then we're going to continue with the comparison, which is the supplier name, the delivery address, the dates, and also the part numbers. If one or two items are wrong, then we are going to add a message to a variable that I call discrepancies. Discrepancies is a variable that can store message. It is a list of string. However, if the highest similarity score is less than 0.8, it is okay because we still have a part number to compare. So if the part number in the DO and part number in the PO match, then we continue as normal, doing the same thing again, supplier name, delivery address, and dates comparison. But if the part number does not match, then it will result in discrepancies. Then we have to add another message to the discrepancies variable. Then after that, we count the number of message in the discrepancy. If the count is more than 0, that means that there are discrepancies. Then we use the message box to tell the user that there are discrepancies in this PO number. Now let's run the machine. Now you can see there's a message box that says that the discrepancy in PO number, the part number, which is this one, and the part number in PO, which is this one, does not match. This is one of the example of the error discrepancy message that the user will be able to find out. In conclusion, the RPA initiative successfully automate over 80% of the DO processing workflow, resulting in significant cost saving, increased accuracy, and also faster processing time. In the future, the format of the DO is standardized currently to allow easier information extraction. However, we would like to be able for the DO to be extracted using different format. Then it's crucial to conduct a machine learning training with example. And also we want to implement this in the Ariba system. So we need to further configure the bot to operate in Ariba. And lastly, if you want to use the email, we also needs to use the NTU finance team email and their stakeholders in order for them to receive the email on discrepancy information.